This meeting is called to order. Good evening and welcome to the August 24, 2017 meeting of the Southeast Delco Board of School District Directors. Please stand for a moment and salute the flag.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Scott, may I have a roll call, please?
Ms. Cavallari?
Present.
Mrs. Forbes?
Present.
Mrs. Gallagher?
Present.
Mrs. Irons?
Present.
Mr. McBride?
Absent.
Ms. Monroe?
Present.
Mr. Young?
Present.
Dr. Butts?
Present.
Mr. DiOrio?
Present.
Dr. Wilson?
Absent.
Ms. Harris Johnson?
Present. Thank you. Please note that any person wishing to address the board must be a resident or an employee of the district, provide their name and address, and complete the yellow card which is in the back of the room. I have comments, but I'll make them at the end of the meeting. Dr. Butch, do you have superintendent's report?
So a couple of items I want to highlight. As everybody around the table is aware, next week, teachers start back and new students begin the following Tuesday. So it's a fun time of year when teachers and staff return to school and the students return right after Labor Day. New teachers will be starting Monday, Tuesday for induction, and then we have professional development days on Wednesday, Thursday, with students starting on the 5th. Now at the high school, I believe 9th grade students will be coming on the 5th, and 10th, 11th, and 12th will have their first full day on the 6th. I see a head nodding, so yes. Kindergarten has a start time also that a certain group of students come day 1 and a second group comes day 2. Is that correct? Okay. So that's just a heads up on that. Our website has all that information available. The final thing I want to raise is prior to this meeting and also at the committee of the whole meeting last week, we had an executive session to talk about personnel items and also a property item related to one of our municipalities. And that is my report, Madam President.
Thank you, Dr. Butts. Do I have a motion to
Madam
approve?
President, I make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Anyone second it?
Second.
Can I ask why?
Because I'm just not feeling this agenda at all. Not at all. I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel satisfied with the things that we've discussed prior to this meeting, and I just can't even entertain it at this point.
We got schools to open with positions.
Yeah, we do have schools open, but I'm tired of being disrespected as a board member.
Entitled to your opinion, but I think we need to move forward because we have a district that needs to run, and we need teachers to run the district.
Exactly. We need teachers to run the district
And administrators.
and administrators. And right now, we're putting a lot of pressure on a high school.
I don't see what purpose adjourning the meeting is going to do.
That's just my motion. I put it on the floor.
The motion is,
Question, what could be a potential alternative? If we adjourn the meeting, what could the board consider?
We
To
can have a
address
special
the
meeting at
issues.
another time.
You can't start schools, you gotta give 10 days notice to the paper. You gotta, it's like,
We got kids coming to school with no administrators in place. So don't they deserve the same thing? Don't these deserve the same respect?
You've got personnel you've got to take care of. That's our responsibility.
Yeah, and it's also our responsibility to take care of the students first.
We are thinking of students first when we hire the
Not
teachers.
not when you're pressuring other teachers to take on responsibilities, and we don't even know what those teachers are.
Those teachers have to volunteer for that. We're not putting them
Let's everybody keep a calm voice.
on the
This
place.
discussion.
Well, has that already been discussed with those teachers? You said we got 10 days of school start, so that somebody should have already reached out to those teachers.
Steven, have you reached out to the teachers?
No, we have not, because it needs to come to this
It has to be
board.
approved first.
It has to
The
be
same
approved.
way any hire needs to come to the board first before it's already been solidified.
Well, I believe we discussed that in the executive session, and I think we had a pretty lengthy discussion, with the meeting starting 45 minutes late.
Correct. So I would assume that they had already talked to teachers so that it wouldn't be this type of trying to catch up at the
They can't
Ninth
talk to
inning.
them until you approve it.
Can we do a roll call?
We
It was
have a second.
seconded.
It was second.
There's your
So
second.
roll
Yes.
call, just to be clear, roll call is if we want to adjourn.
Yes.
No. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Ms. Cavallari,
Nay.
Mrs. Forbes,
Nay.
Mrs. Gallagher,
Nay.
Mrs. Irons,
Yes.
Ms. Monroe,
Yes.
Mr. Young,
No.
Ms. Harris Johnson.
Yes.
The motion does not pass with 4 noes and 3 yes.
Okay, then we will continue with the meeting. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry. Could I ask a question, which I probably should have asked before the vote? With a special meeting, when would that have happened, and how would that have impacted new hires in order to start school?
So until a meeting would take place, nobody that is on the agenda could be hired. First day for teachers, induction for anybody that is already hired is Monday. So that would be the impact until a meeting took place to do new hires of staff. They could not start nor come to any professional development during that time.
So basically, there would not be a gap at Academy Park.
Yes, there would.
No, there wouldn't be. There would be no gap. If we did not approve this agenda and we adjourned it, the people that were Academy Park would stay there until the special meeting. The special meeting could have been next week if everybody on the board, was available
No.
next week.
It has to go in the paper.
Oh, well, 10 days.
10 days.
Well, 10 days.
You're going to start a
We'll-
school.
we'll hear from our
Special
solicitor.
meeting would be 24 hours.
Thank you very much, Mr. Diorio. In 24
You don't have
hours.
to give public notice?
For 24 hours for a special meeting.
Anybody HR on the agenda that we are attempting to hire would be impacted until that meeting takes place.
So again, Tammy, if we said we all could meet on Wednesday and go over this all over again.
The motion's
And then-
already been defeated.
well,
It's a
she-
dead issue.
She asked a question.
But I
She
did
asked
ask
a
a question,
question.
so that's disrespectful that she's answering.
So again, like I was saying, we could have called a special meeting. Everybody was available on Wednesday, and we all had our opportunity to voice our concerns or opinions, so it's not time constricted. And at that point, if we wanted to go on with everything that was in the agenda, then the next day, that person could start in their new position. So really, it wouldn't take 10 days.
There are 11 professional staff members, teaching staff members that are on the agenda. and 3 administrative positions. The support staff positions,
And that would have gave them the opportunity to talk to those teachers that are going to fill those other positions. Since professional development starts on Monday or Friday.
starts Monday.
Monday. So then they could have talked to those individuals to see if they were comfortable enough with taking on extra assignments. Instead of, if nobody does it, if no personnel decides they want to do this extra stuff, then somebody's going to have to be forced to do it. And now you have a disgruntled employee again.
No, you don't. You have an assistant superintendent, and the superintendent would have to fill in for those positions if that's what would have to happen.
So if that's the case, then why are we
They're
rushing
not
it?
on the list.
What?
They're not on the list to assist in the gaps in the county park. That was,
I understand that, but if nobody's there, they have to fill
We
in.
have to do.
so what is the rush then?
Rush is we need to put teachers in place to start on Monday.
Not benefit the children.
I mean, it's not benefiting the children.
No, I'm
It's-
not talking to you like that, so please don't
Yes.
address me like
What's
that.
this, a private little club now that you 3 of you are going to decide every time
First of all,
all
wait a
the
minute,
personnel issues? Because that's what it seems
Stephen,
like. I resign. I'm done. You guys run your little party. It's like totally ridiculous.
We'll go on with the meeting. May I have a motion to approve the agenda as submitted?
So moved.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes from the July 27, 2017 regular board business meeting?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Do I have a motion to approve the treasurer's report?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Are there any questions on the bills?
Let me see. I just wanted clarification as to Aurora Cyber School was given 2 payments this past month that came to $92,509. And I was just wondering why do we wait until the end of the summer? Or why do they wait till the end of the summer? And is it legal for them to do that? That we have to all of a sudden come out and pay almost $100,000?
So Agora Charter School and all charter schools can submit payment for the months of July and August over the summer. You can submit for 12 payments in the course of the year. Is that correct? So that's part of it. And then the other part is there likely is a payment in for last year also. So with one of the payments for $64,000
Right. $39.94.
is a payment from, no, that's the July and August payment
Okay.
for 23 regular ed students, both months, and 6 special needs students, both months.
And 6 special students?
Correct.
Okay.
The other payment likely was from last year.
That's like 28,000.
Okay.
Another question about the Wordsworth School. Is the Wordsworth School one of the schools that we are told by the legal system to send our children to if they have a problem or something? Is that
No.
what that is, or what type of a school
Wordsworth-
is Wordsworth?
Wordsworth is an approved private school. Approved private school is a school set up by the state to meet the needs of students with special needs.
Oh, they would be a special needs then.
And so
Okay.
we refer the students there based on a disability, and the school decides if they can assist the student or not.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Vanessa, I have I have a couple questions. It's probably this is because it's my first time. So, on page 91, for the Collindale Police Department, for the resource officer, my question is that for over at the, maybe I should ask you, is that for full, oh, it's for both buildings?
It's for Collindale Community Center and also Harris.
Okay.
So that is we have a grant. We had a grant for the past year from Department of Education to offset part of the cost of that program. We have a grant provided the state funds it for part of the cost this year also to continue that school resource officer. Okay.
And I just have another question. On page 92, the Eckerd Workforce for Mentoring and Job Development, the $8,000. Is that just for special ed kids, or is that for the whole high school? Is that a program?
It's a combination of special needs students and regular ed. And it's not the entire high school. It's mainly students that are struggling, having some difficulties. And a lot of them have special needs. So,
Thank you.
okay.
Are there any more questions on the bills? Do I have a motion to approve the bill for payment in the amount of $5,485,155.21?
Second.
All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. There is no old business. Question on the new business items. Are there any questions on education items 1 and 2? Are there any questions on finance items 1 and 2? Are there any questions on human resources items 1 through 11?
No, but a comment. Are those individuals going to be notified of the changes we made?
Yes,
And when will that be done?
part of that was done already.
Okay.
Any other questions on that particular one? Are there any questions on policy items 1 and 2? Are there any questions on property item 1? Are there any comments from the public regarding non-agenda items? Agenda items, I'm sorry. Hearing none. Do I have a motion to approve education item 1 and 2?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Do I have a motion to approve finance 1 and 2?
Second.
All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Do I have a motion to approve human relation items 1 through 11? Do I hear a second?
I have a question.
Yes.
Can I ask a question in the middle of a motion? In light of the concerns of the board, is this a place where we vote on all of the agenda items under that section altogether?
Yes. You have to vote on all together, yeah. Individual.
Whatever, the board, I mean, there's no, sorry, there's no, I mean, it's really the board's preference. As you know, there are some votes that we always take traditionally over the years, one by one. The board generally takes different categories, education, policy, whatever, as a whole. But you can say that the board can say that they want to vote on each one individually. That's your choice. So you can do it. You can do that.
Thank you.
But we will need a second
Right.
to bring anything before the board.
Okay, and I'm gonna ask, do I have a motion to approve the human resource items 1 through 11? It was, motion, no second. You wanna do this?
Madam,
Okay,
I don't know if you're are able to do this, but just so that so that just for my personal comfort level, can we express how we felt about moving positions before they're being filled?
Well, once, if there's a second.
If the, I'm saying after the second.
Yes, after the second, you can make whatever comment you feel, whatever appropriate comments you feel should be made. Given the fact that these are personnel matters, obviously, that has to be taken into consideration. But sure, you can express yourself.
Will it be cut off the tape?
I don't know about that. I don't have anything to do with that. I don't know.
Depends on the comment.
If it's a general comment.
It's a public meeting, it's being taped, so, you know, unless it's of a personal nature, a private nature, I assume it's going to be played.
Then I'll second it with a comment.
all in favor?
I would like to make a comment before we make a vote.
Okay. Ms.
I would like, Madam Chair, if you can, ask, or the superintendent, can he relay the concern we have about the gaps and what's going to happen in lieu of this either being approved or denied?
Okay.
Is that general? That would be general? Okay,
That's fine.
so that means it wouldn't be cut off the tape?
Mhm.
Okay.
And I believe that has been done for the first concern about the,
About moving before the position is filled?
no, that has not been done.
That's the comment I want.
Okay.
That's,
That has not been done.
is that,
The concern about the need to assist at the high school with the special education program was communicated.
that's not the,
I understand. Yes.
so I'm asking, is it a general statement? Would this be general if you say you can't leave one place until another replacement is made? That is general.
That's fine.
So I'm asking the superintendent to say it so it's not cut off of the video.
For the special education position is what we talked about.
We talked about, and we talked about the other one,
Principal.
and the principal. That's why I said make it general.
Okay, we're going to recess to discuss personal matters. We'll adjourn in a minute. This meeting is called to order once again. We are talking about human relations, and it already has been seconded. So these items are 1 through 11. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Do I have a motion to approve policy item 1 and 2?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Do I have a motion to approve property items?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Now we're having our community, county, and committee reports. Dr. Wilson is not here for the Delaware County Community. Mr. McBride is not here also. They've been excused for the Delaware County Intermediate. For the PSBA Legislative, Dr. Woods.
Just a reminder to board members, the PSBA conference is coming up in October. So if you're interested in attending, it's a Tuesday through Friday conference. And there's a chance that Michelle Federoff left a message for you to tell if you want to attend. So anybody that wants to attend is more than welcome, but it is during the week. And it's a very valuable conference. Legislative Council, just a heads up, we're still waiting for a revenue package to be approved for the state budget. That has not been done. However, we continue to get paid, correct? From the state, so we are getting our payments, so that's a good thing. But pay attention to where the state budget is. Hopefully it will be resolved soon so that the revenue for the state budget process is approved shortly. That is my report.
Thank you, Dr. Woods. Mr. Diori, do you have a solicitor's report?
Not this evening, Madam Chairperson.
Thank you. I guess you had enough for this evening. Dr. Butts, is there an administrative update?
I would just like to recognize 3 individuals that were appointed by the board to new administrative positions. And in the order that they were, I believe, on the agenda, I would like to invite Ms. Leanne Hudson to the microphone to introduce herself.
Thank you. I just wanted to say, I know that it's pretty tense here tonight. We made it very interesting, but I appreciate the support and looking forward to continuing to serve the families of Southeast Delco School District. I can't wait to meet the new families and staff members over at Derby Township, and I welcome you all to come and visit me at my new home. Thank you so much.
We will. Thank you. And again, congratulations.
And we also hired 2 supervisors of special education. And the first one on the agenda, I believe, is Michelle McGlynn.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I appreciate your support. I am extremely excited to continue my work with Southeast Delco with a special education focus. I do want to let you know that I continue to support the high school, and I will continue to, fill that role while we are looking for some replacements and in a special ed avenue also. So that is something that is a focus and a goal of mine while we go through this transition. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And finally, Ms. Cheryl Smythe. Also as supervisor of special education.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
I just want to thank you for the opportunity to continue to work in the Southeast Delco School District. I've been here for a number of years. I love it here. And I really look forward to continuing to support all of our students here at Southeast Delco and working with you all as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. And congratulations to you also.
That is my report.
Thank you, Dr. Butts. Are there any comments from citizens regarding non-agenda items?
So we'll pause just a moment. Why don't we do announcements? Future.
No, fill out the card.
Go ahead.
Please.
You can speak
And then fill it out.
Oh.
and then fill it out later.
Okay, it's just a question
So-
I have. I was just curious as when the agenda for these meetings are posted on the website.
Okay, so on the website, I believe they're posted when we finalize it right before the meeting, so it's happening.
It is still not on the website, and there's been several months that it has not been on there for 2 or 3 days.
So it's not available to the public.
Correct.
Okay, so that's an issue.
And as a taxpayer, I feel that it should be at least the morning of, not an hour before, so that if there's something on the agenda that I'm interested in seeing, I would like to be able to do that.
So on board docs, I understand the concern. On board docs, we can make it available to the public at any time.
Okay.
The last couple of meetings, something had to be done wrong because it should have been public at this point.
It has not been public for the last 6 to 9 months until
Okay.
after the meetings.
So it hasn't been,
Until
Through the
after the
public?
meetings,
okay.
at least a couple days, Dr. Butts.
So I'll check into that. That's an issue with, that's just an issue on clicking the right.
Okay, I would appreciate that
box.
because as a
I
taxpayer,
understand.
I think it's important that we have this information given to us prior, not 2 or 3 days after. And I did just check on my cell phone to make sure it's still not up today.
Did you check on a computer?
I checked on the computer before I left my home. You can check on the
Okay,
computer
so-
here and see.
I'll check right after this meeting because
Okay.
if I log in,
It's
So
on
it's on the
Southeast Delco
homepage.
under board.
Yeah. so there's a public site and the authenticated site.
I'm just curious.
So
I've
we'll find out.
tried to find out before and had never gotten a response, so I just figured it was time to come to the board and say what's going on.
Okay.
Because,
So
it's my money that's
I'll find
funding
out.
this and,
I do
so-
know how it's supposed to be done, but I
right.
um,
Well, I would
do not
appreciate it, at
actually
least
do.
the day of, so that, people who are interested can come see what's going on. And if not, then
Okay.
it's their loss if they don't show up.
okay.
Okay, thank you.
Excuse me, may I ask you to announce your name and your
Okay.
address, please?
My name is Sherry Nurse, 915 Elmwood Avenue, Sharon Hill, PA.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And before we make the announcements, I would just like to say 2 things. One, at my church, which is First African Baptist Church, 901 Clifton Avenue, Sharon Hill, PA, we're giving out school supplies on Saturday, August the 26th, between the hours of 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. So it's open to the community. They're more than welcome to come. You must come with a parent, and you'll get a backpack to start you out with school. Second of all, as you know, teachers, administrators, and principals, school is about to open, and I know that you're ready and you're geared, you're eager to start the new year. I wish you well. Just remember that our students are our concern and that we have to make sure that they get the best teaching and understanding of their lessons as possible. And welcome back and good luck to you all. And that's also for the students. Come back ready to go. Announcements for the board meeting. The next meeting of Committee of the Whole is Thursday, September the 21st, 2017 at 6 p.m. Board business meeting is Thursday, September 28th, 2017 at 7 p.m. Do I have?
So move.
Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion. The meeting is adjourned.